Hello again, and welcome back to my channel, my world of books. I've just been looking at new releases and what's coming out in the autumn. I know I always say I'm not swayed by the shiny and new, but I did see there was a new Haruki Murakami coming out and a new Alan Hollinghurst, and it's quite tempting looking at those, and Cher's memoir as well, which is reduced to buy online. Maybe I'll hold off. I have bought quite a lot of books recently. It's worth waiting to when they all come down in price. I have recently ordered the new Rainbow Roll. This is just out, and I think I got a slight discount by going to eBay. Not much. It's Slow Dance. I really loved her collection of short stories last year. I thought I wasn't going to. But they covered such ground, and you wish that every single one was a novel. I've enjoyed her work since I read Fangirl a few years ago, and I've read it again since. It was one of the books I reread during the first summer of COVID when I was doing proper comfort reading. I hope this is going to be as good. She writes very romantic books, and they're always about geeky kids growing up. What happens when geeky kids grow up? She kind of slots into an LGBTQ reading list, but as far as I can make out, most of her characters are completely straight, which is nice. You know, they can be allies, but it does amuse me. It does amuse me when things that are kind of meant to be gay books really aren't. But I'm not going to hold that against her. I've enjoyed almost everything I've read. There was one that I didn't like, and I can't think what that was. Anyway, so this is on the heap. I'm still reading Welcome to the Hunnam Dong Bookshop, but I've had less time to read. I've been drawing mostly. I've been drawing for a project and writing each day as well. And last night I went to my first ever life drawing class in town. I went with my friend Siobhan, whose idea it was. And in the Northern Quarter in Manchester, which is the kind of trendy area for bars and restaurants and clubs, and the kind of alternative music and arts part of town, up a winding flight of stairs, up and up and up above this bar, there's a vaulted loft space, and it was just crammed with people yesterday evening. It was pouring down in Manchester. We got the train into town. We're very lucky. We're 6 minutes on the train from town. And so we tottered into town with all of our art materials through the rain, into the Northern Quarter, up all these flights of stairs, with music thundering from everywhere, from the bar downstairs, from the rehearsal rooms underneath us, and this amazing playlist for during the session. And we had a model who gave us poses for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. It must have been exhausting for her. She was kind of twisted around and doing things in their kind of prescribed way. And loads of people there with all their drawing boards and pastels and charcoal and pencils. I was working in coloured pencils. I've got them here, at least the two main ones, somewhere in my drawing book. Yeah. Sorry. And although I didn't have any wine, I've been off booze for over a year. There was red wine, which vanished in a flash, and tapas. So it was really good, very civilized. And I was drawing in, I don't know if you can see these here, coloured pencil. And although I've done life studies before, it's always been with friends. This was a proper formal class with somebody keeping time properly, and everything quite regimented in some ways. Although it was a very easy but focused atmosphere, really creative, quite intense. And then I moved on to bigger pictures for the second half, where we had a bit longer to work. I hope you can see these. And this was the last one. Whoops. And at the end, everybody puts all their pictures in the middle on the floor, so everybody can have a look at what we've all been up to. And it was amazing, the variety of stuff. And there was no sense of, competition or nervousness or silliness or people getting frustrated with their own work. They were, there was a kind of business-like thing, a business-like atmosphere about just doing art. And I loved that. So I will be going back, I think. I think there are ones closer to home as well in Levy. I think some of the bars do sessions, so I'll be looking into those as well. Okay, so that's art and writing. I can't really talk about what I've been up to because it's not quite announced yet. The different projects that I've been working on or working towards, which is annoying, but you've got to keep these things quiet until the right time. My new Elsie Mason novel comes out quite soon. It's almost September and it comes out in the second week, which will be bittersweet, I think, because of the them not doing any after book 6. But I will still celebrate that book coming out and maybe read from it as well, because I'm really, really happy with these this particular trilogy. I think I've pushed myself to write in all sorts of areas that I hadn't done before. There's a whole section in this new book that goes to 1930s Naples, and I put myself right there. And when I was doing the proofreading, I was kind of astonished at myself. It was like a seance. I'd gone back into a different life. Anyway, I hope everyone's well and that you're having some time to read, and almost at summer's end, and I hope you have a good summer to reflect back on. I think what I'll do when we get to the end of the month, which is quite soon, I've already looked at my favourite books of, all my books of August rather. I think what I'll do is look at my favourite books of the whole summer and put those together in the next few days, and to see if I've covered all the bases. Have I read the right things in the right combination? As I said the other day, I like to read across different genres and tick things off for the summer. Have I had a proper beach read? Have I had a literary biography? Have I read some science fiction? I think I've covered most things. I might not have read a detective book, actually, or a horror novel. They can kind of wait till autumn, I think. They can be added to my spooky pile, which is building up there too much, ready for the more autumnal days. Right, quick update. I'm gonna go. Socks has already abandoned me for the afternoon. He's been sat on my lap all morning and all afternoon as I've worked, and now he's ran out. Now that I need him for a video, he's nicked off. Okay, goodbye. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments below.